Goofy.
Hey, everybody. We're live.
I got banned from Facebook, y'all. I got banned. I got kicked off.
She got kicked off. How'd you manage that?
I don't know. I
What
don't
did you
know
do?
why.
You said something. Did you call Mark up?
I don't know why. I don't know how. All I know is I was, saying thank you to folks who had uploaded pictures, to help me with my dad's memorial, trying to keep in contact with his people and yada, yada. And next thing I know, black screen. And it's like, you're a cybersecurity risk. After 20 years on Facebook. Let's see, what were we talking about on Sunday?
I don't understand that. That is just crazy to me. I mean, it's crazy.
It is crazy.
I mean, it worries me now. What do I have to watch what I say or watch what I do?
I find it very interesting that Sunday we were talking about moving our Fire Over 50 group off of Facebook, and then Tuesday I'm banned. I find that very interesting.
That's being a security risk.
I find that very interesting. But no, I'm not going to shut up about it. I'm not. But that got me to thinking about, how vulnerable we are being overly dependent on these platforms, both as human beings, right? And keeping in contact with folks and our friends and this and that. Let me take this out. We need to make sure that we are not just depending upon these platforms to keep in touch with folks that we want to keep in touch with. That's for doggone sure, right?
Yeah.
And then the other thing that got me thinking about is, side hustles are businesses, are small businesses, the solopreneurs out there, the side hustlers out there, right? Who are using these tools to help manage their business. And you could be vulnerable. So we're going to talk about that.
We're going to talk about it.
Hey, y'all, my name's Halisi.
And I'm Rick. Welcome to our Black Utopia.
On our channel, we talk about money. We talk about life abroad, and we talk about travel. We help folks who look like us, who are getting close to retirement age and forgot to plan, get their money straight so that they can retire on time, or maybe even abroad.
Abroad is good. Early is even better.
Yes.
Abroad early. Go abroad early.
All right, sweetheart. What are we talking about today?
So today we're going to talk about 5 side hustle mistakes that kill your financial freedom dreams.
That's right. That's right. Because what we realized is that a lot of these things that we're going to talk about are mistakes that we came close to making or made. So you're going to learn from somebody. Look, y'all, do not make the same mistakes that we made. But first, if you're new to our channel, then you might not know, back in 2018, Rick and I got a wake-up call. We were getting close to retirement age, and we looked at our money, and it looked crazy.
Crazy.
But we got our financial act together, and we went from negative 22,000 to over 1.1 million in net worth. And y'all, if we can do it, you can do it too. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, please hit that notification bell twice so that you know every single time that we go live. Subscribe. We know that there's a lot of lurkers out there subscribing and this and that and the other. I mean, not subscribing, just lurking and not subscribing, right? And also share this information with your friends and family if you think that this is information that they need to see, right?
Hey, yeah. And if you haven't already, we have memberships.
Oh, that's right. That's right. All right. Join. And
Utopian and Utopian Legends.
This is how we support doing what we do, right? This is how we support doing what we do, because with what is going on in the United States, and a lot of these companies are United States companies, they are being really weird right now and banning a lot of people off of these platforms, but not just American companies, other companies too. Too. So let's get to it. This is Thursday, so it's time for our Thursday Shorts, where we answer one question from our audience. And this is, what are the mistakes that you made that we should avoid with our side hustle? Now, our side hustle challenge already got started. It sold out really fast. And so if you are interested in taking our next side hustle challenge, get on our email list so that you know exactly, because it's a lot of work, y'all. It's a lot of work. We look at every single person's ideas, and so we can only accept 20 to 25 people. All right, number one.
The first one?
Number one.
Over-relying on a single platform.
Well, we were just talking about.
We're just talking about Facebook.
Especially the ones that you don't own.
Yes.
Right? So Facebook.
Instagram.
TikTok. TikTok be banning folks, y'all. TikTok be banning folks.
Even Thinkific.
Or Hey Summit. All right. Like, so we use both Thinkific and Hey Summit, and we pay for those. But y'all, I didn't read all the guidelines, right? Like, they can change the guidelines. I hit like, oh, okay, fine. You done updated something. And what is to say that doing something that is Pan-African centric won't be violating their guidelines? I don't know, right? And so you always want to make sure that you're building redundancies.
Yes.
Right? This platform, and even if it's not being kicked off, to be perfectly honest, Thinkific has been around for a bit. Hey Summit, not as long. They could disappear overnight with all of those email addresses for all of those people who signed up for whatever you were doing.
Disappear, be bought off by
whomever. Right? So build redundancies. Make sure that you have the list of your email list and things like that in multiple places.
Yeah. Email lists are very, very important.
Yes.
Always own your lists.
Own your list.
Own your files.
Yes.
And your website.
And download them on a regular basis. Back them up. Back up your website. Back up your email list, right? Back up any files that you need for all of these platforms. Because I'm telling you, like, after literally, I was an early adopter on Facebook. You were too, because of my younger sister. And she's like, if you want to keep in touch with me, you gotta be on Facebook. This was way back in like 2004, 2005,
I
y'all.
remember that. Yes.
Okay. So, I've had business accounts and had to send in pictures of my passport and all of this stuff and get key codes, and yet I'm a cybersecurity risk. So what is really going on? And what that reminded me of is our friend down in Mexico, Cortez.
Yeah.
Right? So for those of you who don't know, one of our friends down in Merida, Mexico, he's Move Abroad and Thrive. So if you're not following him, please follow him. His name is Cortez. And at one point, he was doing all of his business via Facebook. I mean, he had his YouTube channel, but he was setting up, his one-on-one coaching calls and all of that using Messenger on Facebook, y'all.
Yeah, because you think it's safe.
It's in the cloud. It's going to be there.
It's not going to go away. It's
right?
not going to be, they're going to play fair.
No matter where you go, you can always log in, blah, 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 whoop-de-whoop, right? Somebody said something about him or whatever, and they shut his SHIT down, all right? He got it back, but it took months. So he's on YouTube basically asking people, if you have, if we have a coaching call, blah, 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 email me here, yada, yada, because I don't have access.
Emails are very important.
We don't want that to happen to you.
Right.
All right. So that's number one. Number two.
Confusing visibility with profitability.
Posting is not marketing. All right. And likes on Instagram does not pay your rent necessarily. All right. So just because you're posting consistently or getting a bunch of likes doesn't mean you're building a sustainable business. Okay. Instead of concentrating on the clicks and the likes, concentrate on adding value, creating something that helps transforms someone's life, and everything else will pay and bill or fall in line. Because likes don't pay the bills.
They don't pay the bills.
Right? They don't pay the bills, but conversions do. Right? Yeah, conversions pay the bills. Yeah. So if you're not offering something of value, even entertainment is value too. Entertainment is value, all right? But if you're not offering something of value, then what you doing? Visibility is step one, but it is not the finish line, guys. It is not the finish line. And that's why you see people, yes, please subscribe. We do want to get to 100,000 subscribers. Why? Because once you get to a certain threshold, YouTube pushes you out more. And we believe that so many folks in our community have not seen people doing what we're doing. Why we say that? Because that's what y'all tell us. all the time. Oh my God, I can't believe there's all these Black people out here doing this, doing that, living abroad, traveling, bopping around, blah, 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 right? And so that's why we want visibility, so that we can add value to even more people's lives and maybe give them food for thought. Number 3.
Doing too much alone for too long.
Right.
DIY can only take you so far.
That's right.
At some point, you need systems, automation, or help.
That's right. So don't let pride, don't let fear, or even spending money keep you trapped in doing busy work that keeps you away from your core functions, right? From the core things, the core activities that add value to your business. Now, the other thing about that is being afraid to partner with folks and or collaborate with folks. I'll never forget some folks we were following down in Mexico. I can't even remember the name of their channel. I can't even remember the name of their channel, but it was a husband and wife who was from the United States. They started in Querétaro, Mexico, and they were doing their thing, and they didn't plan properly. That's number one. They did not plan financially properly to do what they were trying to do. They were building their channel. You remember them?
I remember them.
And
I remember their name too.
Okay.
I'm not going to say their name.
Okay. Well, I don't. But anyway, they'd gotten up to like 15 to 25,000 subscribers, somewhere in there. And I remember that we had reached out to them 1 to 2 times to say, hey, let's collaborate. We wouldn't mind being on your channel, but we'd love to interview you on ours, right? Now, at the time, heck, maybe we had 5,000 subscribers, something like that. I don't remember. But we never heard back from them. And then all of a sudden, they were doing their last video because they had run out of money and they had to go back home, and this is that and the other. And what was so heartbreaking is they really did have some good content.
They
did
content.
So they had some good content, but they said, yeah, and we know a lot of you reached out to collaborate, but we just don't do that. And how did that work out for you, right?
Collaboration can work. It does.
Doing too much alone for too long is not a good thing. You have no competition. We just have collaboration, all right? And America teaches you that there's competition. And so you don't want to get into a side hustle challenge because you got this really unique idea, you think, right? And you don't want nobody else to hear about it. Y'all, there are no new ideas. That's number 1. Number 2, we work better together, right? We work better together. And collaboration is always what's going to save our community. We have always been about community. Our community has always been about helping each other out. It's other folks that are into that rugged individualism and all that stuff. But we know from the day when we had rent parties and stuff like that, right? That's what we do. Don't forget that. Number 4.
Selling to everyone instead of speaking to someone.
Not having a clear, specific niche keeps your messaging weak and your marketing scattered. If you're trying to talk to everyone, ain't nobody listening, y'all. Ain't nobody listening. Who do we talk to? Folks who look like us, who are getting close to retirement age.
And forgot the plan.
Right? Very, 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 very specific. Now, a lot of folks who are watching, y'all got your money straight. You got your money straight, right? So you are the folks who are interested in the move abroad piece, right? But still, it's very niche. And so you've got to be very specific about who you're speaking to. The subject matter is almost secondary. It is almost secondary. First, you need to know exactly who you're speaking to, because if you know exactly who you're speaking to, then you'll know what to say. Right? Right? Because you know what they need to hear. Get clear on who you help and why.
Yeah. Don't chase everyone.
No.
Attract the right ones.
And how you do that, you learn in our Side Hustle Challenge. So again, the one that's going on right now, and it lasts to mid-September, it's already closed, right? Folks are in there, they're doing their thing, and we're rolling along. But if you want to get in on the next one, make sure that you're on our email list. And last but certainly not least, number 5, and just as important. Oh my gosh.
Ignoring the boring stuff, contracts, accounting, legal.
Look, we are creatives. We know that. Anyone who wants to do a side hustle is creative. Even if your side hustle has to do with numbers and accounting and stuff like that, you are still creating something from nothing, right? That is creative. That is creative. But y'all, you gotta have your stuff right, right? Don't just go out there and start some LLC or S corp or C corp or this, that, and the other without talking to a tax person first. That doesn't make any sense. Don't move to another country thinking you're going to start a business without talking to a tax person first and understanding the rules and ramifications of what
Yeah.
you're trying to do. We know people who just came here. Well, not just came here. They were here. They didn't look into starting a business. They just went ahead and started filing, file. Like in Colorado, you can go to the Secretary of State, go online and start your little business and get your little business license for $50.
Yeah.
And then you turn around and go to the IRS and choose LLC, S corp, or whatever for free and get your EIN number. It's just that easy. But that doesn't mean that you made the right decision, and that doesn't mean that you have a business. Oh, I have an LLC. That doesn't mean anything. Do you have clients? Because if you don't have customers, if you don't have paying customers, you ain't got a business. If you don't have paying customers, you don't have a business, right? And so understand what the like the trademarking and the copyright rules are, especially if you're going to be on these platforms, right?
Yes.
When we first started, y'all, how many copyright dings did we get?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. Oh my God. And we were following the rules, but we were doing a little technical things wrong.
Yeah.
We had licensed properly.
We had proper license for music and everything else,
right?
But there's different rules with different platforms. Even if you are paying for licensing from another platform, you have to do certain things. It has to be set in that platform a certain way.
It's seriously, y'all.
Yes.
Seriously.
Or you get dinged.
You get dinged. You get dinged, and then you've got to fight it. And sometimes you owe. And if you ignore how much you owe, 30 days later, 60 days later, you may owe even more. All right. So be sure that you have all of your legal stuff together, your accounting together, and your contracts together. All right. It's for some people, especially if you're going to be out there in the streets recording and this and that, you have to understand that if there's music playing in the background, for instance, you don't have the right to have that on your video.
Yeah.
Simple things like that. Simple things like that. Okay. And so that's what we've got for you today. That's what we've got for you today. I was so mad, y'all, about Facebook.
She's still mad.
I'm angry. I'm angry because my dad had this whole network of friends that I only kind of knew, right? Because we lived in separate states. And they reached out and I know, and they want to make sure that they're at the memorial and everything else. And I have no way to contact them. And so just like your business should not totally depend upon these damn platforms, your personal life shouldn't either. We love y'all. If you still have questions about how to get your side hustle together, we do offer one-on-one side hustle coaching. That information is in the description below. We also offer a 5 one-on-one coaching bundle, which is a discounted price on our coaching. All right. We will get you there. There are folks who are watching us who have done those 5-session bundles and are launched and doing their thing. All right. So you don't have to wait until the next side hustle challenge if that's what you don't want to do. right? We're not going to be on Facebook no more for Fire Over 50. So we're going to find a new community. If you've got some ideas, let us know in the comments below. If you're watching from the future, hey, let us know. If you're in the chat, let us know what platform you think that we should go to. Okay. And with that, we'll see you on Sunday. We love y'all. Bye.